breaking of my cold stone heart was about to begin. The moment that we locked eyes. Now everywhere you go, my eyes follow close. And I'm just waiting for the time to be right to tell you how I've loved you for a while. Oh, my heart is gone.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good evening, Nova. Nova chucking her bits around already. Look at that. Good morning to you, missus. Oh, dear me. It's Monday. Hooray. I think. Hi, Kerry. How are you? Oh, dear me. Oh, I'm still think I'm recovering from Friday. I am so tired. Definitely more coffee. Oh, I think you've been going crazy on the Discord over the weekend, guys, but I haven't even opened it yet to have a look at it. So I will try and catch up today. I promise. I'm just a bit. Oh, yeah. So today I'm going to try and finish off another one of my UFOs. I've kind of been going through the office, trying to tidy up, ready for a new year, new start, and I keep finding things that I have started at some point and not finished. So I'm going to crack on today, and I'm going to finish off this this Hexagami block that I kind of played around with. You saw me do a bit on it, and then I stopped. So I'm going to finish it today, and at least make up a block that I can turn into a cushion or something else at a later date. Good morning, Minion Mama and Cody. Hey, Cody, how are you? So yeah, the plan is I'm going to make some little yo-yos to put in the centres of my flowers, and then surprise, surprise, we're going to add a flange and some border squares, and then we'll be done. And that's something else for quilting, turning into a cushion. I don't know, but it's going to move along. Because I kind of want to start the year with a clear Kanban board, Nova. It's not going to happen, but at least a clearer idea of what I'm doing and what needs to be finished. So yeah, that is my plan. So I'm going to make a couple more of these little yo-yo things, and then we're going to put on the flange and some corners, and that'll be it. Another one finished. Huzzah! Because it's getting quite messy in here. Oh no, Cody, you're homesick today. Ugh. But yay for Twitch. Oh. I suppose at least you've got somewhere you can kind of hang out. Nothing worse than daytime TV, is there? I'll use a gigantic needle today, because why not? So let's get a knot in this thread, and then we will get some circles cut. I shall just do them by hand. I don't need to die cut circles for this. So what shenanigans did everybody get up to at the weekend? Anything interesting? Any stool? Need to put these in right side down. Otherwise when we gather it, it'll gather the wrong way out. So there's my little nubs. Yeah, we're in. I can safely say I was a good girl on Friday. I behaved myself. Oh, Cody doesn't have TV, just Netflix and HBO and Twitch. That's all you need. We don't have regular TV per se, because when we moved I didn't want to pay for an aerial. And yeah, we tend to live on Netflix or Amazon Prime, which is kind of keeps me out of trouble. I don't tend to watch a lot of TV, especially now I Twitch. I do this now instead of watching TV, which is better for me, I think. Oh dear. Well, I'm hoping it's only a short thing, Cody, and you're back on your feet and up and running properly soon. Let's have a look here. There we go. Oops. Unthreading. Just put my hand cream on as well, which means my hands are going to be a bit slippery for a bit. It's kind of part of my prep. I sort of sit down, I think, right, I'm going to sew. Let's get some hand cream on. Because handling fabric after a while, it does, your hands do get quite dry. Oh dear. Oh no, there's my mobile ringing now. Guys, give me 2 seconds just in case it's the...
I've 10,000
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so paranoid after the school rang that time during stream that whenever my mobile goes, I think, oh, quick, just check it's not one of the kids. But it wasn't. It's the dentist, reminding us that we have the dentist tomorrow. Oh dear, let's go to the desktop so you can see what I'm doing. Oh dear me. Oh, honestly, Nova, that time it happened on stream and I had to go and pick up one of the kids, it was like, oh God. I mean, it's going to happen, isn't it? It's going to happen. It happens whatever job you have. And just frustrating. I had it once. I just started a new job. I was working part-time and I got a phone call from the school to go and pick up the youngest one who'd managed to fall over and bash his head really, really well. And I was like, oh no, I'd literally been at this job 2 days and I had to leave and go and pick up one of the kids. And then the next day, exactly the same thing happened, but with the other kid, and I had to take them to the hospital and get them all super glued up and things. And, not a great start to a new job, but it happens, doesn't it? And kids come first, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately for me, but maybe for others. Oh dear. Oh, brilliant, Nova. So you had a good weekend? Oh, good, good. I'm glad. I went to the junk shop, got labels and googly eyes. Ooh, we like a googly eye, don't we? We like a googly eye. And hubby is happily playing with his Christmas present. Oh, what did hubby get then? I'm glad he's got something sorted. What did hubby get for Christmas? I haven't got a clue what to get mine. Can't even talk about it on stream because you never know when he's lurking now either. There we go, there's one. I love these. They're almost like, they're like hexies, but not, if that makes sense. I've just realised I've made a really big one this time around. So, completely different sizes. Let's see how they look. I never even thought to check what size yo-yo maker I'd used. Oh wow, you ended up getting the Switch with Let's Go Eevee. Oh, are you having fun? So we've just been eyeing them up for little Hexling. A very nice distraction while the new meds kick in. Well, it's perfect, isn't it? That's perfect. Just what you need, just to take your mind off stuff. So let's see, which one looks better then? Do we have a big yo-yo or do we have a little yo-yo? Oh no. And then we have to find out where the little yo-yo maker is. If we go with little. What do you think, guys? Big or little? I hadn't thought about it. Dang it. I'm looking on screen. How does it look on the screen? I quite like the big one, actually. And Kerry quite likes the little one. Yeah, it's difficult. I swap positions. Oh, plain and practical, come on in. Bring a coffee. You are welcome to sit and sew with me as well. That would be lovely. You like little. I think I like little. I've just swapped them around and looking at it again on screen. I'm thinking little, which means I've got to go and figure out where the little yo-yo maker is. Hopefully it's in the bag of yo-yo makers. We'll see. Oh dear. What are you stitching today then, plain and practical? There we go, a little one. I lose some definition of the hexagami folds from this angle. Oh, I know. Well, we'll go close up. How's close up look? There you go, you can see the folds. You can see the folds better. And Dorkalicious, you like both. Oh no. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I suppose I could make 3 of each and then we'll see. We can lay them all out. Oh dear. Let's just finish that. I did knot that off, didn't I? But I'll just do another little knot in the back just to stop it from unravelling. And then we'll make another one. So we're not committed till we stitch them down, are we? Where's the little maker? There it is. So I love these. They come in all different sizes. So that one's an even bigger one. Oh, got some thimbles stuck to it as well. They look like googly eyes though, don't they? Oh, a shocked yo-yo maker. And this one is the jumbo one. This is massive. Makes a good size yo-yo, this one. And this is a great one for the kids because they can really hold it well and stitch through it. But I tend to stick with the smaller ones. Oh, there is a teeny tiny one, like a little baby yo-yo. But that's definitely too small for this project. Definitely too small. Let's make some more little ones and see how they look. Little one shows off the folding better. I see. Then that probably is what we want to do, because this is supposed to be a sample for the hexagamis that I'm going to be doing. I'm demonstrating next year at the British Quilters Guild AGM meeting thing, which is quite nerve-wracking, but I like to have plenty of samples, as you know. So not just show a technique, but show how to kind of employ that technique and use it. So we're making up a few different blocks and things. So let's just cut around there, and we just rough cut. I don't worry about it being perfect because we gather all that messiness in anyway. So lots of wraps, so that'll give me a good knot on the end. We want a nice big knot so it doesn't pull through when I come to gather it up. So what was Plain and Practical doing there? Sorry, felted wool. Oh right, to mount to a bulletin board at the community centre. Oh, fantastic. Also, do you teach a little sewing group as well? Plain and Practical. Oh, Nova, great question. Do the Big Shot dies you use have a serial number or code? They do, Nova, they do. You want to make a list? Right. Yep, I can get you a list, not a problem. I was just asking Plain and Practical if you teach a sewing group, because you were talking about making samples for the bulletin board, so people joining the group could see what they can make. I wondered if you taught locally. So yeah, Nova, I can get you a list, not a problem. They do change the numbers occasionally, but you'll still be able to find the die you want. Which ones are you after in particular? Is it Hexies, Nova, or? There we go. Just looking for the gaps to stitch through. There we go. I had a go at doing this without the yo-yo maker, and it just didn't turn out so well. I like the way this regulates my stitch length. Oh, so Plain and Practical went to the community centre, looked over, and they didn't have a little hand sewing group. Ah, brilliant. Oh, that sounds lovely, Plain and Practical. Well done. So often you have to just start these things yourself, don't you, if they don't exist. And Nova was thinking that Hexies, circles, squares and hearts would cover everything you do. Brilliant. Well, I'll get you a list then of the ones that I'm using, because I have most of those things. I think hearts, I've only got one size heart. I don't have an assortment, but they definitely do a die that has a couple of different sizes on. So I'm just checking that's all gathered nicely. There's just a little bit there that's sticking up. I would rather didn't. Just fold that underneath. That's a little bit better. That's better, isn't it? Yay! Let's have a play around with it. I'm just trying to take a couple of little stitches in the back here, so they don't come undone again. I have to laugh now. I've done one search for that Kumiko on Pinterest, Nova, and every morning my board is covered. It's covered with things. Just got to try and figure out how we can translate it to paper piecing without having to put in lots of tiny little slithers of fabric. But it does look great. It really does look good. Is that big enough? Oh, that's not quite big enough, that bit. Let's grab another bit off here then. Oh dear. Yeah, it's been really miserable here this weekend. This morning was absolutely chucking it down. Definitely feeling, hang on, not enough hands, definitely feeling wintry now because it was cold and wet, which is basically winter in the UK. We're sold this image of white Christmases and things, but it's just not real. Not real. Oh, might make cool quilting patterns in a contrasting thread. Absolutely they would, Nova. Definitely. Sashiko quilting is another style that's very much like the kumiko with the designs that it uses. I think they pronounce it sashiko, but sashiko is how it's spelt. And yeah, that always looks good. And it uses nice big thick threads, so it's very, very visible quilting. And I like the look of it a lot. I'm starting to panic a little bit about next year. We've got all the quilt shows are sending out application forms for the quilt competitions, and I'm realising I haven't really got anything finished yet for a quilt show next year. So I want to clear my decks a bit and see if I can't get the mandala moving again, because I went again designing. I love the design phase, and then I get to the stitching phase and sometimes I just lose it. I don't see it through, and I've started that mandala and it's just sat dormant now for a good few weeks. I'm in danger of not having that ready for the quilt shows and not having anything ready at all. So clear the decks, see what we can come up with. Oh dear. Plain and Practical has your show schedule set up finally. Took a whole week, alright, part-time of calling and emailing, photos, contracts. Yeah. Oh wow. Well, I shan't be trading at any of the shows. I will just be entering quilts in the competitions again this year, I think, because I've really enjoyed it last year, and it was really it's lovely just to see your quilt hanging up, because you only ever get to see it from quite close up when you're at home, and especially in my little room, it's very small. I don't fully get to appreciate my quilts sometimes, so I'm kind of looking forward to getting something hanging in a show again, just so I can see it from a distance. I could always patch together some of these samples and call it a tiptoe through the garden. I could, Nova. I've got about 9 of these blocks now involving the hexagamis, and they're just sitting. I used 3 to make a table runner just so I'd have a sample for next year, but I did wonder about doing a whole quilt of them. I think it would look quite good actually. Let's get this all turned inside out. It's like a little shower cap now, and we just pull it up, cinch it all together, and then you can just play with it and fiddle. So what do you sell at your fairs? Are you trading at the fairs, Plain and Practical? And I know that, yeah, you do bring me luck, guys, don't you? Everything I made on stream last year, this year, gosh, it's mad, isn't it? I was trying to think, I didn't start that cushion until the February and then entered it in the April show, so I suppose we've got plenty of time. It's just if I want to do anything larger. There we go. So 3 little yo-yos on there. They look pretty good. Let's have a look from the top and see how it looks. Oh, that's nice. I like it. I think you're right, guys. I think I'm just going to swap it out again. I think you're right with the smaller ones. So we'll get them stitched on. How do I find shows to enter? And normally I know what local quilt shows are taking place, because obviously I help out at Hannah's room, and so when she's visiting a show I always have a look to see if there's a competition on. There will be a couple for you, Nova. There's definitely one in Sydney. You could try Googling. I know it sounds really silly. You could just try Googling quilt shows and seeing what's what, because there'd be lots of local ones as well that I don't tend to enter the smaller ones. I go for the national quilt shows that are recognised by others, if you know what I mean. We don't know where to look. I'm just trying to think. I'll see if I can find your list. But I know I've seen on Instagram there's been posts. There's been quilt shows in Melbourne and New South Wales, but what they're called I can't remember. Oh, plain and practical. Oh, so you sell knitting needles and bobbin lace boxes. Looms. Wow. And the Ren Fair booth has the above and kits and materials. And the other is your wood boxes. Oh, wow. Gosh, so you are busy, aren't you? Bobbin lace. The lady who used to work for me, she made bobbin lace. It was incredible. Really, really intricate and takes so long. But I don't think I'd have the patience. I can sit and do this, but I don't think I could do lace or anything like that. Keep an eye out for stuff. Yes, do keep an eye out, Nova. And if I come across any, I'll put a section in the Discord and we'll just keep listing what quilt shows are coming up near us, and we can all have a go. Because if nothing else, like I say, just seeing a quilt hanging up from a distance is quite thrilling. So I don't enter to win, but it's very nice when you do. It made me squee out loud, I can tell you. So I'm just holding these in the centre. I'm not going to stitch around the outside. I'm going to leave them quite loose so they still have that 3-dimensional effect. I don't have to worry about having neat stitches. Or maybe you're looking too local because it's a fair way for you to go to Sydney or Melbourne. Perhaps it's worth planning a day trip then one day and going to check them out, Nova. Because you'll have all the traders and things at those the bigger shows. You'll be able to pick up supplies and inspiration. And that's the other thing with the shows, is they're so inspiring when you see what other people have done. You kind of think, oh wow, either I could do that or I could never do that, but it's still inspiring and it gets your juices flowing. Sometimes I lose my sojo, and a quilt show is a good place to go to try and get it back, you know. Oh yes, and of course, Minion Mama, your local quilt shops might know. Let's just move that around there. Ish. It's in the centre-ish. Oh dear. So we have a look. Excuse me, I have a couple of local groups and they have their own exhibitions. So again, you can go for inspiration. But I'm struggling to find groups that have got openings for membership at the moment. Some of them are they have waiting lists and everything. Oh no, Nova. So you found the flyer at the weekend. It just happens it was on Saturday and you found the flyer on Sunday. Oh, poo. You can make a note for next year maybe. I tend to do a similar thing where I find out weeks after something's happened that it's happened. that's that. Oh, good morning, Karen. How are you? How are you doing? Trying to finish off another block today. But now you know you're on the right track. Well, that's it. You do. They obviously exist. So these are really roughly stitched on, but it's enough to stop them falling off, which is all we want, really. So I think this block would make a nice quilt if I had 4 of them, almost in like a mandala style. So let's just do 1 for now. 1's good. Oh, come on. I lost my beeswax. I did find another block though, which I can't, oh there it is. I've lost my Hexi beeswax block, but I found my other one that I can use. And when I say lost, it's just tidied somewhere. Oh dear, you're not feeling very well at the minute then, Kerry? So poor Cody's tucked up in bed at the moment, not feeling too good either. There we go. Yo, yo, yo. Merry Christmas. Not that this is a very Christmassy block. Right, so I can get rid of the yellow. I don't need any more of the yellow. A chipmunk on helium. Oh dear. Oh, tonsillitis. Oh no. Oh, it's so not nice, is it? And I am worse as an adult now. I do illness way worse than I used to do it as a kid, I'm sure. I'm not very good. Oh, too many yo-yo makers. And I have all other ones that do different shapes, but I don't use them very often. I like the circles. Oh my goodness, Minion Mama. Your niece had open heart surgery last week. Goodness gracious. Positive thoughts and a quilt to heal with. Quilts are definitely hugs, yes. Oh, thank you, Nova. Nova's got out the big teapot. Does anybody else have that in their house? Like you go around and it's like Mum says, I'll get the big teapot out. My mother-in-law does that. Let's get the big one out. So we're going to do a flange because I like a flange. So rather than trying to stitch a very skinny border, which can be difficult to do and to keep straight, I tend to use folded strips of fabric to add a little border. So my plan is to use that same yellow look all around the outside, just to frame it. And then I've cut some squares and then triangles of the purple, just to square it up. So it'll look quite fresh. Oh, your cousin bought a catering urn. Oh, wow. That sounds good, Nova. Definitely. Oh, Kerry, I hope your throat gets better and I hope that Minion Mama's niece recovers quickly. And I guess feels much, much better. So there we are. What do we think? With something like that is what we're looking for. Oh, West Mitten Crafts, good morning. Good morning. Oh no, Cody. Playing Hidden Folks at the moment and can't find a stupid squirrel. Oh, are those the puzzle games where you have to find a list of things? You like the little yellow border. I love adding a really thin border to quilts, Nova. It just frames it for me. But like I say, trying to stitch a 1/4 inch border is really, really hard, and to keep it perfectly straight. So what I do is I just do folded fabric, and then I trap it in the seam, and we call it a flange. And Automod doesn't like the word flange, but it's tough because that's what it is. So I'm just going to grab the iron, and I'm going to press these in half, wrong sides together. So we've got the nice pretty side facing out, and then we will baste those onto the block, and then I'll add the setting square triangle things. What do I need? An iron. I need an iron. Oh dear. There we go. Oh dear. Sorry. Thank you, Minion Mama and West Mitten. Thank you. It does look lovely. It looks lovely. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased. Just catching up there. Kerry is a chipmunk today. Oh, I think it was a squirrel that Cody's looking for. And plain and practical borders also give your quilt longer life. Yep, it can be removed and replaced every now and then. That makes perfect sense. So this is probably going to end up being a cushion, I think. I tend to make small things. Probably because I have a small space to work in. And certainly on stream, I can't really fit big quilts in on stream. Oh dear me. A small thing liking nuts, but you can't find any nuts on the map either. Also, is it not necessarily a squirrel you're looking for? I do. What else likes nuts? I don't really... I can't think. So these strips were just cut 1 1/4 inches, and I folded them in half, right sides out, and I'm just going to lay them along the edge of my block here, and I will just baste them with a long machine stitch, and we will see how it goes. Oh, thank you for the follow. I've just realised I haven't even got my things open, so I don't know who it was. Bear with, I'm going to find out so I can thank you in person. Oh dear, streaming failed. Must be Monday morning. Must be Monday morning. Yeah, it's a nice way, especially if I don't have enough fabric for a decent border either. I can still get a hint of something in. Oh dear. Cute Potato, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. Welcome to our growing hex addicts. Angel Fox, good morning to you. Good morning. How are you doing? Let's just pull that back into shot. So we're going to attach one on that side, and I'll do one on the opposite side. Angel Fox started crocheting again. Yay! Is that a good thing or a bad thing though? Does that mean you're distracted from other things now? Oh, you're off for 3 days. Yay for holidays. So unfortunately we've got Cody and Kerry in here. I suspect they're off work, but unfortunately they're not very well today. So we're giving them lots of hugs, aren't we? We hope they feel better soon. Just deliberating hand basting or machine basting. Hey Myron, good morning. Good morning. I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to glue baste. It's so cool. You're good, thank you. Brilliant. Well, I'm lovely to see you in the stream, Cute Potato. I am good. It's Monday morning here in the UK. A little bit wet and drizzly, but we're okay. I'm just cheating. I'm going to use a thin line of the old Roxanne's glue based it there, and I'm going to stitch that. And what I'm going to do, instead of stitch basting it, I'm just going to put the triangle over it and stitch it on, all in one go. Thank you, Angel Fox. It's a block I started a while ago, and I'm kind of determined to clear out some of these things that I've started and not finished. So that's stuck on there now. It's not going to come off. We'll get the next one on, and then we'll get some triangles on as well. Oh dear. Oh, you're a little sick. Oh dear. I think unfortunately as well, it's going to be that time of year. I'm expecting the kids to come home snivelling and full of cold soon. It looks so hard. Do you know what, Cute Potato? It really isn't. because if it's hard, I don't tend to do it. It's quite straightforward. It is quite straightforward. I can't remember, I think there's a Hexagami video on my stream. You can always look back at that one and see how I did the folding for the hexagons. It's kind of one of my signature things I like to do. I love hexagons, and I quite like to do silly things with them as well. So I'm just going to trim these ends off now before they get in the way. And it's ish, you know me guys, we don't worry about being perfect. We just fake it till we make it. Fake it till we make it. There we go, that's that one. Let's just trim down there. And I'm going to put the other two sides on, and then we'll get the triangle on. You love them too, Cute Potato. Brilliant. Do you make them yourself as well? So we do English paper piecing on stream as well, which is how I traditionally do my hexagons. I do sometimes do them by machine, but I do like to do... Oh yay! Cody found the squirrel, guys. Woohoo! Oh no, Marin, you're at home as well because you're not very well. Oh dear me. Dear me, we're going to need a bigger teapot, Nova. We need to get the urn. I think everyone needs a hug and a cup of tea. And maybe a chocolate biscuit to dunk in it as well. I haven't got any biscuits in the house at the moment. I might have to make some or something. I'm trying to stop buying things like that because they're not good for me. And I can't eat just one. I find that I have to have about 8 biscuits before I feel like I've had my biscuit fix. And then when I realise how many calories are in 8 biscuits, I just feel sick. So I've not been buying any. Oh, 3 packs of Scotch fingers. Oh, shortbread. Nom nom nom. Oh, Angel Fox, on the bright side, you've caught up with Pokey December. What's that? Do explain. Do explain what it is, and you're 2 days ahead. Wow. So, just putting a thin bead of the glue based it on here. And then we'll just lay that on there. And it will give us the illusion of a very thin border without having to actually stitch a very thin border. Oh dear. Marin, it sounds like you've done absolutely the right thing. Paper. Are we talking, this is all done in fabric, Cute Potato. So paper I use cardstock for using paper shapes when I'm making my fabric hexes. A month-long drawing challenge where you draw a Pokemon every day. Oh wow. That must be right up your street then, is it, Angel Fox? Getting over in on that one. Yeah, these are all made with fabric, Cute Potato. This is going to be a cushion or something at some point. But we'll just get the block done for now. Because I'm not very good. I'm not very good at finishing. Brilliant at starting. There we go. So we'll just trim those off there. Oh, Nova, you cannot draw. I too am cursed with that. I don't have that skill. Not naturally. I bet you I could. I'm sure you can learn to draw, but it's taking the time out to do it, isn't it? So I'm just running the iron round just to press this and set the glue, and then we can start to put triangles on. That's why we come to you. That's right. Because Angel Fox can draw. Okay, so I've got my setting triangles, which are made from a square that is cut in half on the diagonal. And what that means then is I've got a straight of grain on my fabric. These edges are straight, so it shouldn't distort. So we're going to lay that in there. Oh no, and apparently you can't count. You're 1 square short. Oh gosh. Oh no. Well, hopefully it wasn't me. Hopefully it wasn't me. My pattern being duff. So I'm just going to pop some pins in and then we'll get the machine down. What I'll do is I'll do this side and that side together. So we'll get them ready first. And then we'll get the machine down and stitch it. Oh no. Oh, Angel Fox, rubbish. We're attacking you and each other. Oh no. It's a strange thing, isn't it? I'm up and down all the time. But sewing is sanity, and I'm sure sketching is sanity for you, isn't it? There we go, so that's one side, and let's do this side as well whilst we're waiting. I'm trying not to stretch it too much because this edge is a bias edge, so if I do it this way it's like, oh, it'll stretch and distort. Oh, plain and practical. You ran a square short on a quilt top and you used that corner to embroider the person's name and birth date and made with love for. Perfect. Looked like you planned it that way. Well, this is it, isn't it? I always say this. Mistakes are actually just design opportunities. It's not a mistake at all. It's an opportunity for you to do your own thing. That sounds like you did exactly the right thing as well. Oh. You're using a jelly roll and you're 1/8 of an inch short on 1 square. You can probably get away with that, Nova. You can probably get away with it if you're very, very careful with your stitching. Any more than 1/8 and you can't catch it, but you should be able to get away with it. Looking for pins. Pins, pins, pins. There we go. So that's those. I'll get the machine down and we'll stitch. You have to go. No worries, no worries, cute potato. Hopefully we'll see you again in the stream. But you have a great day, whatever you're up to. And yeah, we'll catch you again soon. I'm back here Wednesday is my next stream day. Right, sewing machine. Sewing machine. Put the iron well out of the way. Oh dear me. There we go. It's kind of wonky. Oh no. More starch. You need more starch. Let's plug that in there. Get some slack. There we go. In there. We're on. Let's take the applique foot off though, because I would like to put on my 1/4 inch. Stick on the 1/4 inch. Though my 1/4 inch is not exactly a 1/4 inch, it's a little bit over. It's good enough. Close enough for government work, as they say. Exactly, Angel Fox. Design elements, design opportunities. In there. Just using a neutral thread today. I'm not going to worry about colour matching or anything because this is patchwork, so you won't see it. Neutral bobbin ish. I tend to use like silvery greys all the time. I know, but oh. Should I read that out loud? That's a learning moment indeed. Forgetting to remove the sticker on a magnet. Is it really magnetic now? Super sticky. Oh, bless your heart. Okie dokie, right, let's get on. Just gonna hold on to these threads at the end when we get going. Otherwise, they sometimes get stuck down. Oh dear. So half the quilt is nice and straight. But that's okay. My foot pedals turned all the way around. That felt all wrong. There we go. There we go. Let's do this. I think we can speed that up a bit. And it's quite noisy. You can hear a thud, thud, thud. I think my needle probably needs changing. When it starts to make a noise like that, usually your needle needs changing. And B, we're going through lots of layers of fabric right now, so we're going to finish these few seams, but I'm going to change my needle at the end of the stream. Because we shouldn't be making noises like that. Just taking the pins out as we go. Just make sure we're still attached. We're still attached. Good stuff. And that's one side done. And we'll just flip it around and I'll stitch down the other side. And then put the other two corners on and that's it. It's kind of done then. Which is good. Which is good. It's not taking very long, less than an hour. And that's the annoying thing with most of my works in progress is they don't have very much left to do. But I just stumble and panic, procrastinate and avoid finishing. Oh, you have new next door neighbours you haven't met yet. Oh. Have you done lots of peering out the windows at them though, Angel Fox? I'm terrible for that. Twitching at the net curtains. Even though I don't have any net curtains. I've only got blinds now, but I'm like a little meerkat. Oh, you haven't been home to be able to do it? Oh no. Something's just gone on there. What was that? Okay. Ah. My thread got wound and just snapped. But thankfully it snapped right at the end of the seam. Nyam, 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 nyam. I have not seen the video of the kitten that says that, no. It wasn't a very happy sounding machine there. That was my thread. You can't see it in the shot actually. My thread had just, spatial awareness, Alison. Just got wrapped around here at the top and snapped. But not to worry. That probably means it should be on the horizontal bobbin. Oh dear, I'm going to move that, press that, and then we'll come back again. And also we'll trim off any loose threads now whilst we can, and that saves them getting caught up later on, because we'll only regret it later if we don't trim them now. Right, so I'm going to set the seams first, which is just pressing them with the iron flat, and then we flip them open. And you can see now as I fold that back, look, that little strip of yellow is just peeking through. And it's a lot less stressful than trying to piece a tiny border. And I could, if I wanted to, when we come to quilt it, I could stitch that down flat so the little flange is not showing at all. But I quite like it. I quite like it. Oh, and Angel, you've been working a lot. Oh dear. Or is that a good thing though? I don't know. I don't like working a lot, but unless I'm in here working a lot. But like houseworking a lot or working for somebody else a lot, I don't enjoy. There we go. Doesn't look too shabby so far. So, oh gosh, let's put the iron back up there. Looking for your soup. Oh, soup. Nice, nice. Alley Cat, good morning. How are you? How are you? Oh, Cute Potato's back. Oh dear. Welcome back, Cute Potato. Oh, bless you. There we go. Let's try and get this one on now. And how is Alley Cat this morning? Oh, and thank you for the host, Alley Cat. How are you doing this morning? Do-do. Oh no, Alley Cat is in PC hell. What's happening? What's happening, Alley Cat? I know this morning my OBS didn't want to behave at all. I think that's going to be okay. I had to kind of restart and reboot and oh, I hate pins. I get caught on them. Oh no, Alley Cat. But it's too damaged to just clone it. Oh god. Can you read from it at all? And then we had a similar thing. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I know. We obviously had the great PC meltdown in August, didn't we? Where mine just had a total fit. I managed to recover my, not the hard drives, but I've got a mirror set of drives in here as well that are mirrored, like slow storage, and thankfully they were okay. But I had to do a complete clean install on everything else. It's a little bit wonky along there, so I'm actually going to put some extra pins in because it looked a bit wonky and wobbly. Oh no, Ali, what are you going to do? Have you got like a plan B? Or are you going to be like me and just think, no, it's an opportunity for a clean slate? That's all I did. But it depends on what you lose, if you lose anything. Oh, I see. Oh no. That's a tricky one, yeah. Legal, good morning. Good morning to you. Or good afternoon now, I should say. It's good afternoon, isn't it? In France. Oh no. Sometimes the key is on the actual laptop itself, isn't it? If it comes with the operating system pre-installed. Oh, excuse me. Have to do a clean install, but never done that before. Ah. Well, if you need any help, more than happy to hold your hand. And I bet there's guys here that have done it and know what to do. Let's put that machine back. Let's finish this block off. Chink, chink, chink. So it didn't like being on this. Let's see how we get on this time. In fact, I don't even think that's going to want to fit on my horizontal. Yes, Annika, it will be, yeah. Drive or the battery, you've not taken it apart to see yet. Oh, well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed then. There will be a key and it'll be dead easy to get to it. started taking photographs of all those sorts of things now, because I'm getting ridiculous. I can't remember where anything is. Placing with an SSD. Oh, nice. Yes, it will be a bit faster and a lot quieter as well if you're lucky. That's what I noticed with ours. Oh, lots of layers. Come on, you can do it. Let's speed it up a little bit. Oh, so it's just not on the bottom. If it's the one you're thinking of with a little holographic sticker. Yeah. It might be underneath the battery. Or like you say, if you remove the hard drive, it could be... Not sure where it was on mine now, actually. Thinking it through. I had to take my laptop apart recently, didn't we, after the kids chucked lemonade in there. That was good. Get in there, come on then. A holiday weekend. What, here in the UK? Plain and practical. Let's undo that. We're not having a holiday weekend here that I know of. There we go. Let's trim all my loose threads again. Not a lot of experience, but Googling and following instructions, that's all you can do, and know that when you have done it, Alley Cat, that you have done it. That's always the thing now. I like to try and fix it myself now. And that knowing that, yay, I did it. And I can do it again if it goes wrong. Like the whole Twitch thing, setting up all my overlays and understanding all the different technologies so that if something happens I can fix it myself. Okay, let's grab the iron. Set these seams. Good at Googling is half the... Exactly it is, isn't it? That is half the skill these days. And it seems most of what they're teaching my kids at school is how to use Google. There we go. That looks beautiful. So I'm not sure what I'll do with it yet. It might be a quilt, it might be a cushion. Plain and practical. All the computer stuff gets handed to your husband. He's an IT guy. Yes, so is mine. Plain and practical. So is mine. And he's very good. But then he gets a little bit, sometimes I get a bit, I don't know, feel a bit like he's condescending sometimes, and it's like, no, I'm not stupid, I can do this, I'll figure it out. Although the other day I did download a font and then I panicked that maybe I'd like installed a virus or something, because suddenly OneDrive wanted my password again and I was like, oh, why does it need it now? And so there we go, it is done. Thank you, Legao. Yeah, these were some folded Hexagami hexagons that we turned into an applique block thing. And yeah, they look lovely, don't they? I'm really pleased. And they've just been sitting around and all they needed was that what, less than an hour. Less than an hour and it is finished. And like I said, this could be a cushion now. It could be a little mini quilt. I could make lots more of these blocks and make a much bigger quilt. But knowing me, it'll be a mini or a cushion. Because they're just easier. Oh my goodness me, Cody, you're still on the same map. Need a skier fallen over and a snow castle. Going crazy staring at all these silly people. Oh, bless you. Take a break a second, just have a think. Walk away, come back, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. But there we go, it is done. Not sure what to do now. I don't know what I need to do. I've got swap hexies to make as well for December's swap. Because I only just got November's in the post on time this month. I left it very late. It's not fun. Not fun being up against the deadline. Just give everything a quick squash. I'm happy with that. Put you up there to cool. So there we go, job done. That's the first. So if I can lift that up so you can see it a little bit better in the camera there maybe. It just needs trimming down now. I've got excess on these sides. That needs trimming. But I always make the corner triangles too big so that I've got that kind of margin for error stroke correction. So we can trim that down after we've done all the quilting and things, because it will shrink ever so slightly with quilting as well. Right, what to do, what to do? Shall I quilt it now? Shall I make hexies? What do you think, guys? Pop you in there. Oh look, I found some little appliques as well, little butterfly appliques. Could pop those on there. Oh, I quite like those. Finish it! Swap hexies first. Oh! I just don't know. I like the butterflies on there. What do you think, guys? A few little butterflies on my block. Need to get some different colours, maybe. Oh dear. I think Maren is right. I do think I need to make a start on the swap hexies. Yes, exactly. Get some of those out of the way because this needs to be ready for May. I've got plenty of time. Kerry's like, finish. Well, in terms of Kanban, we've moved it along a little bit, haven't we? One less task. And Minion Mama would like to see it finished as well. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I will need to take a break because I'll need to get wadding and backing. I'm going to get my big shot out as well, so we're going to cut swap hexies. Oh, Alley Cat! Oh, and Alley Cat's got 6 buns! That means we get to make Alley Cat a coaster. A coaster for Alley Cat. Oh my goodness me. Right. Alley Cat, let's get the hexies out. You can pick your hexie. Pick your coloured hexie first. So what would you like in terms of colour of the rainbow? We've got the usual colours of the rainbow. Alley Cat, thank you so much for resubscribing. Oh, I wanted something to do. It'll distract me for a second, won't it? You're right, Maren, deadlines first, then private pleasure. I know. Reds are good. Okie diddly. Let's take a red one out of there then. Let's get you a paper. Pop everybody else back in the tub. I'll do this, then I'll have my break and I'll figure out what stuff I can get together. What can I get together? Oh dear me. Team Red! I just like Team Rainbow, all of them are good. I'll have to have a look through and see who's picked what, if you all pick the same colour every time or not. Because I can never remember month to month. What am I looking for? I'm looking for threads. I'm looking for a thread. Here we go. Let's use the giant needle again for now. Or maybe not, that's ginormous. I can't use that. dear, just trim the end off there, it's a bit fuzzy. Anyway, Alley Cat, thank you. Start thinking about your favourite colours, Alley Cat, because I'll also make a start on your 6-month coaster as well. Like we did, I haven't posted Nova's yet, so Nova's is still here. Nova went for, we started pinks and purples, didn't we, Nova? And then we kind of, yeah, ended up with a bit of aqua in there and some navy blue. So let me know what colours you might like in your coaster, Alley Cat, and I'll make you one of those too. To say thank you for being awesome and for being here for 6 whole months. Crazy. Crazy. Here we go. Wow, when I'm done with this needle is going in the bin as well because this is blunt. Either that or I'm going through 2 papers. No, I'm definitely only going through 1 paper. A kitten for me to watch on my break, yay! Thanks, Nova. Victorian Christmas colours, dark reds and greens. Oh, that sounds good. I can do that. I can do that. Just got a bit of a loop in my thread there though. There we are. Can I put some cream in there as well, or does it all need to be dark reds and greens? Oh, back to unthread, come on. There we go. Take the pin. Anything that will work together. Well, we'll do it on stream, you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see how it's looking and you can decide if you like it or not, because we changed a few around on Novas, didn't we, that weren't working for us. So, we won't be committed until I stitch it. There we go. That is that. Just need a pen to write your name on the back. And that is Alley Cat's. So there you go, Alley Cat. 1 red hexie for you. Thank you. And your name is on the back. I'm going to embroider everybody's names on the front once I've put this into a project, which I'm still mulling over. Still mulling. But thank you so much for that, Alley Cat. You're not going to be able to stay past 8 today though. Well, do you know what? Don't worry about it, Alley Cat. What I can do then today is I will dig out a load of fabric scraps and then perhaps you can catch me on another stream and we'll put it together then so you can hang around and see what's what. Seeing as I've got other things to finish anywho's. So what time is it now with you? Is it about 7:20 now, isn't it? Trying to work out time zones, they hurt. Angel Fox is now caught up on Discord. I am not at all, I am not at all. It's very strange because my hubby has Discord for his work and so I hear the alarms going off and just assume it's his, but I think it might be ours. I need to go and have a look and see what's been happening in there. Oh dear. Yeah, no worries. Well, Alley Cat, you get Kiddo ready. I will do some digging and get some scraps and things out, and I will check back with you before I do anything. But I'm going to grab a cup of tea because my other one has gone cold, as is the way. I don't like him. He needs to be on the white, doesn't it? I need a little white butterfly. Yeah, I will be back in about 10 minutes. So I'll see you in a minute, guys. Bye. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm back. Right. I see that Kerry and Marin have got soup now as well. That's good. Soup always makes you feel better when you're poorly, doesn't it? It just makes me feel better anyway. So I'm just making a note for Alley Cat's coaster. And I will dig out the scraps for that later. Reds and greens. Not a problem. Right then. I'm quite liking these butterflies on this little block here, so I think I'm going to just iron those. They're little iron-on appliques, so I'm going to just iron those down now so they don't fall off, and then we'll have butterflies on our block as well. I don't know how much they need. More than that. Might be tricky to actually iron through, who knows. If not, we'll just pin them in place. Just leave those there. And I'm going to do the hexes because the hexes are what needs doing. I've even got everything in a baggie ready to go, so we'll get on and at least make a start on my December hexes, because with Christmas coming and the kids finishing school, it'll be a nightmare. It'll be a nightmare to get them done on time. But there we go, that's that for now. I'm really pleased with that. Oh, most need 2 minutes of ironing. Ugh. Ugh. I haven't got time for that, Marin. I'll just pin them. Oh dear, but I think they'll look quite cute, won't they? I'll just pin those on there for now, then I'll probably hand stitch them anyway, because then I know they won't fall off. But I think that looks quite cute. Turn it around the right way for me to see it. Oh, that's very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's get rid of those for now. Wednesday, guys, we will quilt this. All right, I promise you, I'll get this done. We will quilt this on Wednesday and get it finished. But for now, it goes in the pile with all the others. Way too many things to do. That's what it says on the description. Oh, okay. I've never used them before, but I saw some and I really liked them, so I thought I'm going to get those. So December's theme, I could choose between doing holly flowers, or I could do narcissus. Narcissus. So I'm going to do narcissus. Will you bind it the same way you do a quilt? Yes, I will. Yes. Yeah, mini quilt, I will bind it exactly the same way, it's just smaller. So I should have, oh, there's plenty here. 2, 4, there's 5 people in the swap group, so I need to do 5 narcissus flowers, so a lovely bright orange centres, and I need to decide which fabrics I'm going to use. But they're whiting out a bit, unfortunately, on stream. But this one's got little gold dots on, so let's go with that one, because that's kind of Christmassy as well. You'll pay super close attention when I do it. Oh no, don't. Binding is the one thing that just always freaks me out. I think it's like the last thing you do, and it's the thing you can kind of get wrong. But I'll do it perhaps the traditional way. Stitch it on by machine on the front and then finish it by hand on the back. That's the plan for now. I've got to find something to bind it with, because I don't think I've got enough of any of the other fabrics. How do you find a swap group? I found this one by chance, Minion Mama, on Facebook. It's unfortunately it's a UK-based swap group though, but there are others out there. I know that there are, so you could try having a look on Facebook. There's a couple of groups I belong to on there. There's one called English Paper Piecing. I'm in that group. In another group called Mini Hexes, which is for anything less than 1 inch, because I do like miniature things, as you know. So it might be worth trying there first, or just doing a search in Facebook for, you know, swaps. Sometimes you find some on Instagram, but I haven't joined any of those yet. Oh dear. So Nova's getting comfy with the patchwork stuff, but haven't progressed to quilting and binding yet. Well then, we'll do that on Wednesday. Eek, no pressure. And you'll see, I do small things. Do small things until you're comfortable, and then do the bigger things. I just don't do big things on stream because it's just too small in here. Right, I'm going to cut some strips, and then we're going to cut some cut some hexies. Not sure if I'm going to be able to cut enough from the fabric I've got though. What's that going to give me? 2, 4. So it's going to give me 8, 16. Oh, we might sneak this. We might sneak this. I'm not sure. We might just sneak it. I need, what am I going to need? I'm doing 5 flowers, 6 petals. I need 30. I need to try and get 30 petals out of this. So I think actually instead of cutting strips, I'm just going to get this layered up and cut it. So let's do it. Let's do it. What's the worst? Oh. Grab the big shot. My lovely new cutting mat is not looking so new now, guys. It's got some good holes. So if you look back on some of the VODs, you'll have seen me quilting as well, binding as well a bit Nova. There we go. So that's 16. Let's just refold it. I think that's going to give me literally just the 30 I need. I think that's going to be just the 30 I need. We'll soon find out. I think I've just layered that up, so I should get another 12 maybe. I might just be short here, we'll see. Hello Bobbles! What you doing? Just pull those out, there we go. Hexagami! Oh dear. Scissors. Scissors are good. Oh, she's laughing there. No, but we're talking about quilt shows. When the poster's just been, and this is the brochure for quilt shows this year. And I think there are 13 quilt shows run by this company. But only 3 of them are competitive ones. So we need to come up with 3 quilt ideas. 3 quilt ideas for next year, guys. I can't find my little scissors. We definitely had those a minute ago, didn't we? Oh man. Oh well, we'll use big scissors then. Scissors are scissors. Hanging out playing Hearthstone. Oh, it's oh so busy then. Or you're actually on lunch break. Did we have enough? I'm sure that was enough to cut 30. Let's just put them into piles of 6 and we'll find out. 2, 4. We've got 1 flower. Just production line. Rushed off your feet, huh? Oh gosh. 2, 4. That's 6 there. 3. We might just be able to do this. 2, 4, 6. Oh no, I think we are too short. Look, 2, 4, 6. I think we're too short. Dang. Someone's going to get a 2, 4. Yeah. Let's see what have we got. Oh, we might be able to use the scraps off the centre there to. We got this. Oh, plenty, plenty. Don't know what you're worried about, Alison. Don't know what you're worried about. So it's just not die cut, but it's enough. 6. Don't throw anything away. Oh, rushed off your feet, hey? Anywho, just making swap hexies now. Finished another block though. We're a step closer to quilting it. So that is 5 flowers. Now we need papers. Let's get my papers ready. And these ones, this group, I have to thread baste. So it takes a bit longer, but that's all right. It's definitely more consistent when you're thread basting than when you're glue basting, as you've seen with me. Sometimes I can pull the fabric too tight and it's tricky to stitch with. Whereas this way it means that everybody, it's 5, isn't it? Everybody should be able to use the hexes they get. Okay, 7 for the first one. 6, 7. Oh dear, so I'll have a look at the themes for these quilt shows next year. Nova! Hooray! Hooray! So, you've made it then, you've got just enough. Oh dear. Nothing worse though, is there? Running out of fabric. Oh, pin hole punch is full. That soon fills up. It's only a little one. Should be alright again now. Yay. Need one more for that pile. Yeah, so what are the themes? I know that one of the themes is definitely Batik Beauties, because I figured I cannot enter that competition and not have a batik quilt in there, because, you know, I like to do batiks. So I really should put a quilt in there. Batik Beauty, so closing date for entries 1st of March. 1st of March, I've got to get that submitted. I don't have to finish the quilt by then, but I've at least got to get the application form in. And yeah, what's the next one? This is Reflections. Ooh, that might be a bit trickier. That might be a little bit trickier for me. I really struggle with themes because my head just kind of goes, mirror. And the last competitive one, the theme category is row by row. So you don't have to enter the theme categories, but you know. Oh, Alicat, no worries, no worries. You have a great day. I will. I'll be here on Wednesday. I'll have some scraps picked out, and we'll get your coaster put together for you. Okay. But I hope you have a great day. I hope Kiddo does, and I hope you manage to rescue the laptop. So that's that, and that, and that, and that. So yeah, you don't have to enter into the theme categories, but sometimes it helps me focus if I think of a theme first, rather than just winging it. Oh, Nova feels a watercolour lake and mountain idea. Gosh, that all sounds very arty. That scares the bejesus out of me. I have to stick to, I can do patchwork. I do have that lovely Niku, and I have a drawing of Niku's, the koi carp with the water lilies. That could be something, couldn't it? I haven't done anything except gather fabrics together to go for that. Right, and some of them also, I should say, have special categories. So the Great Northern Quilt Show has a cushion category as well as a themed category. So that's obviously where I put my cushion into this year. And the National Quilt Championships at Sandown, they have wearable art is their special kind of category as well as all the others. And I'm not sure about Quilts UK. I'll have to have a look at the application form, but you have to tick which box you want to enter. And this is kind of usual kind of bed quilts, cot quilts, wall hangings. But I'm not sure they have a special category besides just the themed category, if that makes any sense. Right then, let's get a flower made for December's swaps, and then I'll feel a little less stressed. So I'll just pin them all ready and then we can go. And I feel better, just having them cut out now means I can just sit, and when I can grab 10 minutes I can at least baste a hexie or two and get on with it. But I left it really late last month and I literally posted them on deadline day, which is fine, that's the point of a deadline, isn't it? But I don't like to leave it that late. I don't normally like to leave it that late at all. And somebody else was posting, they've already posted theirs out. They must have been waiting for the theme to have been released, and they've made them and they've posted them already. So must get a wriggle on. And then I've got to come up with a theme for all of these hexies I've been getting, because I think this is my 6th month. So I'll have like 30 flowers to do something with. That one and that one. There we go. And they don't have to be perfectly centered, your papers, but as long as you can wrap the fabric around, then you're all right. We need some thread. You will do. Let's try and find a better needle. I think that one was terrible. You're in the scrap bin. In the scrap bin. I definitely need to look for some new needles, because I bought the wrong ones last time for applique, didn't I? If you remember. I bought the applique needles, but they weren't, I'm trying to figure out what thread that's attached to, but they weren't very good. They weren't as long as the other ones, and I didn't like them. Try and tidy that pin cushion up, it gets in a right mess. So I just dump needles back in there. Okay. So Roxana scared me this morning by saying we got snow forecast, but I haven't seen any yet. I'm hoping that was a false alarm, because I'm not ready for snow. It can snow once everybody's finished school for Christmas. Which is nice, it's quite late this year. They don't finish till the 21st, which is good. But I don't think they go back until about the 9th of January, so they've got 3 weeks at Christmas this year. So I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do during that time in terms of streaming. I'm not sure I could manage a 3-week break. I think I would miss you all too much, but I'll have to figure out how to actually fit the streams in and around everyone. Perhaps just take the last 2 weeks of December off. There we go. One. 29 to go. Oh, my computer keeps freezing. Oh, of course, Christmas is your summer holidays, isn't it, Nova? Yes. You were confused watching Harry Potter with their term breaks, yeah. So what do you do in the kind of summer months then for us, which would be July and August? Do you just have a shorter break then, Nova? Is that like your winter break then? I swear they get more holidays than we ever did as kids. I see. Oh, it makes sense. It's the hottest time of the year for you guys, isn't it? It's probably, I bet you can't concentrate in school anyway. Go, another one done. Another one done. So I keep saying I could sit and do this in front of the TV, but I don't really sit down and watch TV anymore. I find I'm always in here. Two. So you start school in the first week of February, and then there's a 1 week term break, 2 week semester in the middle, and 1 week term again. Then we break for the end of the year. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we get the half term break, so like a week. We have 2 weeks for Easter, 2 or 3 weeks at Christmas. It's worked out to be about 3 weeks this year, and then a 6-7 weeks in the summer. But they get a half term every February, May, October. Yeah, February, May and October they have half terms as well. So I think it works out roughly they're in school for 6 weeks at a time, and then there is a break of some sort. I just don't ever remember having that many holidays as a kid. And no doubt we did, I just didn't notice them. We spent a lot of our holidays travelling to see family and things, because we tended to be abroad with my dad in the forces, or we were at the other end of the country, so half term was probably just the time we went to visit everyone, and it didn't feel like a break from school. There we go. Soon get the hang of this as you're doing it. Every state government decides their own weeks, but they're approximately even spaced throughout the year, then the big one from just before Christmas all the way to the start of the next school year. Yeah, but we have the same thing with our counties. I think the holidays are set sort of at county level. So for some reason our kids are always off a week before everybody else. So the half terms are always offset, which makes visiting their friends from before difficult because they're not off school at the same time. And again, summer holidays they finish earlier. But I think Christmas is probably about the only time everybody's actually in sync, which is kind of the best time, I suppose. Oh, so each grade is contained within a calendar year, so I still don't understand how your students know what year they're in at school. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because my eldest is 11 and he is in year 6, which has no bearing on anything calendar year wise. So Mara, you're different as well. You get 6 weeks in the summer, yeah, 2 weeks in autumn, 2 for Christmas, 2 for Easter, and 2 days, wow, for half terms in February, and some single days off. Isn't it strange how it's all different, isn't it? I'm not sure what's best, really. Oh, that did it not? No. It did not. There we are. That's better. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take part in the swap again next year, whether I might just see this month out and be done. I kind of have big plans for next year, and I feel like I've got no time spare for anything. So I don't know if we'll carry it on after this month. But I just can't resist every month they post it and say what the theme is, and I think, oh, I've got some lovely fabric for that, I need to do it. And I do like the happy mail. I do like getting the envelopes through the door with something in that I will use. So we'll see. I'm always queen of last minute. We'll see what the theme is in January. But I think this year it was all birth flowers. I think next year they said something about it being seasonal. So the first 3 months of the year would be kind of winter. So I'm guessing we do wintry colours. I don't entirely know. There we are, that's that one done. I feel better just once I've got one done. Because then we know we've started. And I've started December. Oh, I'm starving now. I'm starving now. What soup did you have, Maren, in the end? I think Kerry had tomato, didn't she? But what flavour soup did you go for? I'm thinking soup for lunch, you see. And my tummy is definitely telling me something for lunch soon. Oh yeah, tomato. I really struggle with tomato soup. Like, I love the smell of tomato soup, and Heinz tomato soup smells amazing. But it kind of attacks my throat. It makes my throat all itchy. So I have to kind of enjoy it by smelling it, but not by tasting it. Oh, noodle soup, wedding soup, yes. I love soup with pasta in. I think we've got some, I think I might have some canned soup actually, which I think has been in the cupboard for months, but it's a can, it can't go out of date, can it? Just trying to think, I've got some lamb left over from lunch yesterday, but I've never had a lamb soup before. Oh, there's a picture in Discord. Oh no, you'll make me even hungrier. No. Oh dear. It's always the problem when I have, if I eat breakfast, I end up starving. I'll have to have a look. I'll have a look at Discord in a sec. I don't go in there because I think there's just loads of notifications. I can hear it binging away. But sometimes I get a bit overwhelmed if there's too much going on. I just kind of stay away. I don't want to deal with it. There we are. We're there, we're there. I love this orange fabric. It reads as solid even though it's not. It's got a pattern on it. But it's a really nice pattern as well. Oh, stitch through the side of your finger, that helps. My fingers are just dead. I'm always going through the sides, the kind of skin at the side of my nails. I realise I'm attached to my hexagon. There we are, pick it up again. Oh dear. So I think if I do one a day, I'll have these done by this time next week, won't I? Which means they can go out well before the deadline. There we are, that's that bit done. So it's difficult to see. I wonder if I can see on the other camera. If I put the other camera on, can we see? Oh, Nova! All your checker blocks are done! Yay! I'm sure if you can see on this fabric, if I put it in this camera view, it's kind of cream with this gold glittery. It's difficult to see it, but hopefully it's just a slightly more interesting narcissus than if I just did them in plain white. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Nova, for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've got to find some more things at the quilt show this week, haven't I, for you, for the giveaways? Any suggestions? Anything in particular you'd like me to look for? I think the comic book fabric store will be there again. But, sometimes I just buy stuff because I see it and I think, oh, that's cool. What do I need now? I need orange thread now. Let's use an orange thread to join these petals to the centre. I don't know what I've done with my little scissors. That's really annoying. They're going to be somewhere. So that's all the checker blocks done. Does that mean you need to do the heart ones next? Is it, Nova? Just the heart ones to do. Maybe in the sub box. Oh, maybe. In the sub box. Thanks, Lauren. I'm glad you all pay attention. I don't. Need that. Oh dear. I'm terrible. So let's just stitch these together now. There'll be one less to do. Hooray! I must remember to write my name on the back as well. You're supposed to write your name in the centre hexie, and I'm not sure if I did last month or not. Oh, really? Here we go. Get through this as fast as I can. And I'm going to go and grab my lunch. I'm starving. If we get all these petals attached to the centre, then we're good. And in fact, let's write your name on the back, Alison, whilst you remember. So you can remember who you got your hexie flowers from, because not everybody signs them and not everybody puts a note in with their hexies as well, and it can be difficult. You have to wait till you get them all to try and figure out who you got the hexie from. So let's carry on. I'm just going to keep adding them around the central petal, and then we'll join the petals to each other. So I'm just thinking, back in my brain I've got that row by row. Was that the that was the Great Northern Quilt Show, row by row. I bet we could do something with paper piecing row by row, couldn't we? That wouldn't be difficult to do. I'm assuming that they're referring to row quilts, which I have seen. I've got a knot somewhere. Where are you? There you are. Just need to try and hook. You get that little loop sometimes in your thread. There we go. Ease it out. We'll get there in the end. But yeah, we could do rows with all different paper piecing blocks on. That would be fun. What if I could use my twitch along? Oops. Told you this was shredding, this thread. It's doing it again. At least it left a good tail on it. We're going to finish that off and find a different thread. And I think I will just chuck these ones in the freezer and see if freezing threads actually does make a difference. Because although I lost my beeswax, I did find my other little block. My little block has been well used and abused. And the other one will be somewhere, just not sure where. Okay, that's a knot in there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that one. You're going in the freezer. See if I can find another orange thread just to attach these on, because I don't want to keep stopping for shredding. That's not going to be any good. Right, orange, orange, orange. Close enough. Close enough. What is the make of the white pen that appears on the fabric? Oh yes, it was. It was Soulmate. Can we see that in the camera? Soulmate water erasable marker. Although I went to use it the other day and it seemed like it had dried out, so I need to make sure that I don't have it standing up in a tub. It needs to be laid down flat. Oh, I think I might have thrown the wrapping away for it now, Kerry. But that was the one. I got mine from the Fabric Guild, but I don't know, I might be able to get it from somewhere else. Oh, it's got a code SW200. So I don't know if that helps as well or not. But yeah, I tried to use it the other day and it had dried out, so I've had it the other way up in the tub to try and get the whatever chemical in it to go to the top. But I'm wondering if it should be stored just horizontally perhaps. Okay, let's get another petal on here then. I'll see if I can find one at the show to put in the giveaway box. I realise my camera's probably on the wrong side because I'm right-handed. I always turn away from it. I turn away from it naturally. There we go, getting there. Keep getting little loops, little loops. Oh my goodness me, good morning Ironbandsgram, and thank you. Thank you for resubscribing, wow. Oh dear me, I'm doing just great, thank you today. I'm just finished off earlier a block that's been in progress, and I'm just working on my my swap hexes. I'm working on swap hexes today because I was very late last month getting them out. I posted them on deadline day for posting, which always makes me feel very uncomfortable. So I'm making a start a bit earlier this month on the December hexes. So give me 2 seconds and I will dig out, although I'm assuming you'll have green again, I will dig out the fabrics for you, Ironbandsgram, and you can pick a hexie. Oh dear. There we go, we're in, we're in, we're in. How are you doing? It's quite overcast here today. We've had some really good rain already this morning. We've got half a narcissus. We'll finish that one off. Let me grab the fabrics for you, Ironbandsgram. So here we go. This is, oh, I need to find somewhere to store you all, guys. There are your rainbow colours that you can choose, and you can see that green really is a much better green, yeah. It never shows up so well on the overhead camera, but yeah. I figured that was almost your green, isn't it? Let's get that made up as well. Oh dear me. It's a Kona solid, I can't remember which one it is, Ironbandsgram. But yes, it's vibrant. Let's write your name. Oh, move the petals out of the way. Get your name on the back. And I will baste you now. There we go. Seeing as we're in a basting kind of mood today. That's still attached to there. Let's find a different one then. Yeah, it's a good green, isn't it? Come on. So I'm putting everyone's name on the back because I intend to embroider the names on the front with my other sewing machine. I can type alphabets in and then just hit the button and it will just stitch out names in a straight line. So that's kind of the plan. That's the plan. I need to piece the background squares for these next. I'm going to put them on black and white half square triangles. This will be a bit like my moonlight shadow, but with hexies. Oh, you're going to finish the last of 6 customer quilts. Yay! You've been very busy, haven't you, Iron Pansgram? And then, oh, and then you're going to go new long arm machine shopping. Oh, is that to replace the ones that you have? Or had, I'm guessing. If you're going to get a new one, you won't have the old ones anymore. So which ones, have you got a gamel at the moment, haven't you? I think I saw a gamel in your feed. Are you thinking of sticking with gamel or going to something else? You have been busy. Oh, you've sold the big long arm. Fantastic. That's good news. There we go. 1 Iron Pansgram green, Hexy. 4 Iron Pansgram. Let's turn it up the right way around. You can just see your name in there. All done. Thank you very, very much for resubscribing. That's brilliant. It is. It even matches your name in the chat window. Oh dear. It is a gamel, and you're looking at APQS and the Infinity Handy Quilter. Oh, yes, that's a very popular machine here now. I think they've done a lot of work kind of promoting themselves in the UK, and yeah. Right, where am I going to put you? I'm going to put you all back in the sub box for now. Thank you for that, Iron Pansgram. Yeah, I've heard good things about the handy quilters. So that they do the like the mid-arm ones, don't they? Or even the sit-down table one as well, I think. But I still don't have enough room even for a sit-down one, unfortunately. Let's get another petal on here then, and we'll keep stitching our narcissus. Okay. Just got that stray thread. I'm just going to try and pull it down in between so it doesn't get caught. Wow, 26 inch. See, that's massive, just based on the space in my room. Is that just the harp space, the throat space, or is that the depth of the machine in total? Because that doesn't seem so big. You can tell I don't know much about long arms. I'm just kind of figuring my way around it all. Should get Psycho to explain it to me. Oh wow, the gown we just saw was 36 inches. That is massive. That's 3 feet. It's going to be quite heavy then. Is it quite heavy to move around, or? I know they come on gliders and things, but... Oh, I'm not having any luck with thread today, guys. Just everything wants to knot up on me. Let's see what we're doing there. I can't even figure out how that knot has got in there. That's 3. 3 knots. So we're going to stitch over it again and just carry on. Carry on regardless. because it's held. It's not going to loosen off. It's just thinking frustrating. Tip it away there. Oh wow, so it is hard to move then. I had no idea how hard it would be to move while trying to do tiny free motion things. Yeah, I imagine like little pebbling or whatever, you've got to swing that thing around, so to speak. Oh well, I look forward to hearing how you get on and what you decide to go with. So my mum has one of the quilting frames that you put a domestic machine on to use like a long arm. But the problem with those is you're limited by the throat space on your own machine as to how much rolling you can do. And, I'm just limited by space, so we'll stick to small. Oh, Niku, thank you for the host. Does that mean Niku's coming in? We shall see. Oh, Ali. Derp. Hey Niku, how you doing? You've turned up and I've just made a rookie error. Oh dear, a rookie error on the Hexies. Can you see what I've done there, guys? I'm trying to attach each petal one by one like these ones, and I've managed to just gabbing away. I've stitched two sides onto one. That's not going to open out now, look. I've done an over. I have, haven't I? Dang it. Oh, and I got a knot in the thread as well. Was that before or after? Let's find out. Luckily, I didn't get my securing stitches in yet, so I'm just going to try and, if I can show you this on the camera, I'm just going to try and peel it apart there and just pull the threads out. Some reverse stitching for a moment. I'm going to try not to break the thread, if I can help it. Oh dear. Secret stays with you, is that right? It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. I always figure if this is the worst that can happen, you know, it's not so bad. Just frustrating. More with yourself. They're not paying attention. Nearly there, look, just the last few stitches. There we go. How are you today, Niku? There we are. Nothing happened, it's fine. It's fine. Oh dear, sorry, I've kind of mistracked there. Home machine's still set up so you can use that one if you need to until you get a new one. Researching how to make it stitch regulated. Oh wow. Brilliant. Oh, well, if he can make it stitch regulated, that would be fantastic. Everyone else says it's so old it can't be updated. You'd be surprised though, you'd be surprised. If your husband knows what he's talking about, I bet he can figure out a way to do it. It probably just isn't cost effective for them to do it on a large scale, you know. There we are. We're there. Pick up a new petal. Let's put that in there. Oh dear, don't apologise. I love chatting. I don't mind reverse stitching. It's just thread. Oh dear. Maren the lurky lurker. Maren's poorly today, Niku. As is Kerry. Kerry's not feeling so well, or Cody. They're all a little bit under the weather. So we're stitching some nice bright narcissus flowers today for my swap hexies for December. Forgot what you said, but you're doing good. Yay! Good, I'm glad to hear it. Oh, and Angel Fox is under the weather as well and working on blanket squares. Oh, crochet blanket squares. Just remember you saying you started crocheting again. That's one of those really nice crafts though, isn't it? When you're not feeling tip top, you can just kind of snuggle on the sofa and pick up a hook. I did start a Hexie cardigan or something a little while ago and then got distracted again. How many are in the swap? There's loads in the swap itself, Iron Bands Gram. There's probably about 80 people in the swap, but they break us down into teams of 6. So you make 5 each for each person in your group. And do you know the silly thing is, I have never made one for myself. I always just send them off, and I don't keep a version of my one for me. But it does mean that every month I've been getting 5 different Hexies arriving. And yeah, I've no idea what I'm going to do with them yet. I'm just collecting them at the moment. But I did see something on Instagram about the Kingfisher quilt along. And that looks like it's made with 1-inch Hexie flowers and large diamonds. So I could just use them for something like that, I suppose. But it is nice getting the little thing through the post with a new Hexie on. And it's always interesting to see how everybody stitches their Hexies, because we all do it differently. And even though we all even thread basting, there's at least 4 or 5 different ways that I've seen people doing it. And, it's always very interesting. There we go. That bit's done. Now we just need to stitch and join these all together. Oh dear, Angel Fox, you need a break from your stupid knitted blanket. Oh dear. What's happening with the knitting? Get rid of that thread now. I need a creamy coloured thread. I'm going to try this one, but it's another one of the ones that's quite old. So we might find this shreds on me as well, I'm not sure. So it's fun. One of the online groups you belong to used to do swaps a couple of times a year. Oh, lovely. Oh, Angel Fox. Automod doesn't like that wool weight. You got some interesting things through the swaps. Yeah, I have done other swaps where it's been a little more open, should we say. And yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult. But so far, I think most of these flowers that turn up have got 1-inch sides-ish. I'll be able to coax them into, if I stitch them all together. Whereas I noticed that this Kingfisher stitch along thing, Kingfisher quilt, had, it's just a single flower set on a diamond, and then you join all the diamonds together. So that means I can compensate for the fact that they're not all exactly the same size by just setting them apart from each other. Or maybe I'll just make lots of coasters next year. And the only problem with these swap hexes is I can't remove the card that's in the centre. You have to send it with all of the papers in. So joining the petals now is just a little bit trickier because I have to fold that card. And normally, making it for myself, I take the card out so I don't have to do that. But it's all good. So let's see how we do. The strange thing with this swap as well is we're not allowed to send any extra items. So it's nice that you don't feel obliged to go out and buy lots of additional things. You're only allowed to send through the Hexie flowers. And very occasionally, some months, they'll say that you can put in an extra green one. So you can use it as a leaf or something, but you're not allowed to regularly include extras. And so far I haven't had to buy any fabric especially for it either. I've had something that fits the theme each time. Whereas I know a lot of people have gone out and bought fabric especially for it, but I haven't had to do that just yet, which is good. There we are, brilliant. So I've finished here. I'm going to just travel along this seam line now to get to this one and join those two. And what I'll do is I'll actually stitch up to the top edge, so I stitch down towards the centre. Just saves cutting thread. If I can avoid cutting thread, I will. I've just heard my iron clicking, which means I left it switched on. Yep. Let's just unplug you. It keeps it lovely and warm in here, but it does cost money. Just spotting that my thread's about to come unthreaded. Can I save it? No. No, I cannot. There we go. Back on track. Oh dear. So how's Nova doing now? Are you starting on your heart blocks tonight, Nova, or are you going to call it a day? And must be very late now, surely. I'm trying to think what time it is with you. It must be getting on for midnight. Probably not a good time to start sewing. Niku, the hexie pattern you made from your kit, you've bled on it. It's a real project. It is. It's an actual bona fide quilt now. Bless you. Oh dear. Did you manage to get it out okay? The blood, that is, Niku. You've looked, it's 12:30. Yeah, it's probably time to head off. I'm going to head off and have my lunch in a minute. I'm going to finish this one flower and then head off, grab some lunch, grab some kids, and get ready for Wednesday, where we'll finish off. We'll quilt that little block that I finished this morning and put some binding on it if I can find some fabric that will work. There'll be something. There's always something that will work. There we go. That's two sides joined now. Yay! Dancing flowers. So let's just travel around in these seams again. Oh dear. Let's have a look. You think it looks fine, but you're rusty and don't have an iron, so it's also quite lumpy. Ah. I bet it's not as bad as you think it is. Really need to put on some pants once you have that. Yay! Oh bless you, taking pictures to show your mum. Oh, that's great. Every little thing you sew, that's really, really nice. I say, usually my mum comes to visit and she's always like, you know, what have you been doing? And I'll bring her into the quilt cave. This is what I've been doing. It's her fault I can use a sewing machine, so you know. Although I don't remember sewing much with my mum as a kid, I think I just knew that you could, because she was always sewing and repairing things. And I remember having a go on the sewing machine as a child, but not sitting and making stuff. And then when I left home, I asked her if I could have her old sewing machine to give it a go, and she let me, and it kind of went from there. But I think I still prefer to stitch by hand. I just know that machine is much quicker. Oh, Maren, your mum's not interested in things you craft. So, oh, that's such a shame. So, I think my mum tends to glaze over a little bit, but oh dear. Oh no, Niku. Okay, you're gonna run. Can't figure out hormones, eating disorder, but you're craving food. You might also be eating from boredom. Ah, that's not so good. Have a big glass of water and just make sure you're not thirsty, because that's the thing I do now, because I used to eat out of boredom. And I try and drink water first and try and sate it that way. But I hope you have a lovely day, and hopefully I'll catch up with you later on in the week, because I'll be back here on Wednesday, and then that's me for the week, because unfortunately Thursday I'm going away to work, but I should be back on the Monday. Just trying to travel up this seam. There we go. Hide everything on the back. Can't see it if it's on the back. See you later, chicken. We're interested. Indeed, we are, Nova. Although I never seem to catch my Maren streams. They're always I'm always in the middle of something, you know. But I think now that we've got the big Hexling his own tablet, I should have more access to an iPad, so I'll be able to watch whilst I'm cooking dinner at least. String knotting things on stream. Oh wow. I'm going to have to check this out now. We should do the shouty outy things, shouldn't we? We should do the shouty outies. Maren, you're on the regulars list. You can just do !me and shout yourself out. And you, Niku, and Iron Bands Graham. Anybody else? Angel Fox. I think you're all on the regulars list, guys. We should shout yourselves out whilst I finish this petal, because you never know who's watching. Yay, Angel Fox. I love that command. That was Dirk Plug, bless his heart, gave me that. It was brilliant. Oh, so you managed to catch them when you're at work, Nova, but don't get to chat because of being professional. I really struggle because I'm normally stitching, so which means both hands are full. But I tend to lurk in a lot of streams until I get called out. I got called out by somebody the other day, and it was like kind of, no, I'm going now. I never look at the viewers list. I don't know who's actually watching, and I would never mention you by name, because you know it might be that I don't want to talk, or I'm just feeling my way around and getting to understand how to behave. But yeah, I do lurk. I just can't chat very often. So good. Maren shouted himself out. I don't think Niku shouted himself out, did he? Let's shout out. Oh God, let's be in the right place. In the chat window. Goodness knows what I was just doing then. We're still working, aren't we? That was Niku. I think we all follow Niku, don't we? Well, I should shout out Skalanis, I think, has gone back to work now. She was the lady we were raiding last week. I think that's how we spell it. Yes. She was streaming felting, needle felting and dragons, and I really enjoyed her streams, but I think she's had to go back to work. She was streaming during the day because she was off work, but I understand that she will still stream in the evenings. So can anybody else think of anybody else that needs a shout out? You're only doing cross stitch on stream, but you'll load up a video of the knotting thing on YouTube soon. Yay! I try to remember to upload my streams to YouTube, but I think most of them get blocked because of the music. Because even though the Twitch playlists are approved for Twitch, they're obviously not approved for YouTube. So it's not great. Oh, here we go. Am I nearly there? I think we've just got one more to stitch there, and we finish the flour, and I can go and grab something to eat. And I think soup seems to be the order of the day. Oh, we managed to catch a boob stream on the weekend. Oh, I didn't even see that she was streaming, Nova. First time in ages, yay! She gaming? She quite often games with Arky as well, doesn't she? Sounds like they have a good old giggle. I think the only one I caught them doing was some kind of zombie game, and it just freaked me out watching that. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Her and Arky, yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, they're a pair, aren't they? I can't imagine what they'd be like if they were in the same room together. Shenanigans, that's all I can say. Shenanigans. Need to find the link to that song from the Teen Titans movie because it's perfect. Perfect for Arky, that is. Oh wow, Maren. So you made separate video for YouTube, just need the okay from the band because of the music, yep. And time lapse of a whole lanyard. Oh wow. Wow. Oh, she was playing Elite Dangerous and took a mission to fly the spaceship from one star to another, but it took an hour and a half. Hexagami is obsessed with Elite. He is obsessed with Elite. He's always on that game. And we borrowed an Oculus off a friend of his at work, and he's been playing VR Elite, and it's just, oh, it's so funny to see him sitting in the living room with a full headset on and his flight stick in his hand. But, perhaps I'll have to get Hexagami to join in one of the missions. I think his ship might even be a Hexy ship. I know he painted it purple for me. That's love, isn't it? I know, right? Oh dear. There we go. So I'm just finishing up. I'm just doing a couple of stitches through the back seam there. And that's me done on that flower. I'll have to find out what their usernames are then. Is Arky playing through Steam, I wonder? Because I'm friends with Arky on Steam. I can keep an eye on her. Come and hijack her and steal her haul. Oh dear. Our boot was on PS4, right. I don't know if you can you do cross-platform, I wonder? I don't know, actually, I don't know. To find out. Anyway, guys, my stomach is rumbling away in the background here. So I think I've done one of my swap hexes. I am very happy that I've at least got off the mark with it. But I really am starving now. So I'm going to call it a stream. We'll go and see if we can find somebody to raid. And yeah, I will be back on Wednesday, and I will finish off that other block. What did we do with it? It's down there, isn't it? The other block that we made. We finished off. I don't know which way what you want to call it, but we finished it. We turned it into something useful looking, and now it just needs quilting and binding. So there we go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to finish that on Wednesday. Oh, thank you, Ironbandsgram. Thank you very much, Lee. I am so productive. I got a hexy flower and a block today. It's not bad. It's not bad. But, oh, no worries, Nova. You head off to bed. Yeah, it's tomorrow for you already. Come on. Need a good night's sleep. Oh dear. And thank you for the bits, Nova. Thank you for the bits. I nearly forgot and didn't. I forget all these things, and after stream I always feel really bad about it. So yes, thank you, Nova, for the bits. Thank you, Ironbandsgram, for resubscribing, and thank you to Alley Cat for resubscribing as well. I'm going to have a quick gander and see if anybody is live at the minute that I follow. Oh dear, let's have a look. Who have we got? Oh, I'll tell you who might be live. I'm just going to click on that and see. Oh, it is B-Dubs. B-Dubs is live. So let's go and raid B-Dubs because she won in the giveaway last week. And I think she's quilting. It says finishing the quilt and giving everything away. And it's her 2-year stream anniversary as well. We have to go and see B-Dubs. So let's do the keyboardy things. Stare at the front for a minute. Right, what do I need? Raid things. That's the raid call. Yay! And the sub raid call. I'm going to copy and paste whilst I remember. Copy. Let's go and see B-Dubs because she's been hanging out in the stream for quite a while now and she's awesome. And she's quilting. What's not to love? So let's go and wish her a very happy 2-year stream anniversary. Blood-stained wings. Oh, it's a long username, that one. Here we go. Is it working? It is working. It's working. Guys, thanks for being here on this rather miserable Monday. But yeah, I will see you on Wednesday. Hopefully be a bit perkier. I'll be a bit perkier and we'll do something awesome. I'll see you later, Cody.